Back when I was doing Atomy, I lived in a 10-payong apartment and drove a Maytais. As things gradually got better, I moved to a 20-payong place and switched to an Avante, then lived in a 30-payong apartment and drove a Grandeur, and now I've managed to get a 46-payong home, and now I drive a Genesis. What makes me even happier is that my partners are also moving to better homes and getting better cars. That's so much better. Hello, I'm Kim Jeom, the Atomy Honeybee Royal Master who brings hope to flowers.
I'm Sharon Rose, Master Kang Hyen Ji. Nice to meet you.
I used to wake up at 4 in the morning to deliver milk on a motorcycle for 4 years. I also worked in insurance and did book sales at a learning materials company.
I majored in English and Korean literature, graduated in that field, taught children, worked at a company, and then thought I should go to graduate school. Just an ordinary young person.
A co-worker of mine tried various businesses and ended up failing. After that, one day I heard that he was working in the food ingredients business. But then, one day, I heard he had started selling cosmetics. I felt kind of sorry for him. Don't I look like a nice person, even to you? So I called him to buy some cosmetics, and that ended up making me an Atomy member. I got my first commission from Atomy. Wow, what is this? I was just happy using good products at a low price, but now I'm even making money. But the moment I really decided to do the Atomy business was when I listened to the chairman's lecture about living a balanced life at the Success Academy. Looking back at my life, I realized it was nowhere near balanced. My wheel of life was just all jagged and pointy. So I thought, I should try to make a big, round wheel like that too. And I realized with Atomy that might actually be possible. That's why I started doing the Atomy business.
I had wrapped up all my work and was studying when my mom went to Nepal for volunteer work. I saw my mom, who had been working passionately with Atomy, take a break and go do volunteer work, and it made me realize that when you have financial and time freedom, you can actually spend your time on things you truly value. My mom chose to devote her time to volunteering, but for me, I wanted to focus on studying. So after building everything up here with Atomy, I thought I'd go abroad, study at my own expense, travel, and just live like that. To be honest, I didn't even know Atomy was a multi-level marketing company. So, I always thought that multi-level marketing was a completely different world, something I'd never be involved in. The way I saw it, my mom started Atomy as a side job, not as her main work at first. She was doing both at the same time. But then she started doing Atomy with real passion. She would come home really late, or even after coming home, she'd still be on the phone. I could see that she was really passionate about something, totally absorbed in it. But to me, that was just my mom's life. I was on a completely different path, away from sales, focused on educating kids and that sort of thing, just a different job. My mom was just living her own life, working hard at it, and I was just living my own life, working hard at it. We were living our own lives, but I started to see her upgrading as a person. I saw her becoming prettier, but after she started using Atomy cosmetics, her skin improved and she looked great. But it wasn't just her appearance, both inside and out. She was leveling up. That aura, the aura from someone living life passionately, seeing that, I thought Atomy must be really good for my mom. When she said she was making money, I thought, oh, I'm glad she's preparing for retirement. As the eldest daughter, I always felt a strong responsibility to take care of my mom. But now, I realized I only need to take care of myself. Of course, there are tough times, but no matter what job you have, what part-time work you do, or whatever work it is, There are always hard and humiliating parts to it. But if I'm going to do it anyway, I might as well work a little harder because there's so much I can enjoy afterwards. That's what kept me going, thinking, let's achieve it here.
There's a reason I really want to recommend Atomy to the 5060 generation. If you come to Atomy, you can share the changes of this era together with your children. And you know, Atomy started with daily necessities. So, there's no need to look for a difficult target audience. This is just something I always say. As long as there are people with faces around me, that's enough. That's what I believe. Everyone uses cosmetics, brushes their teeth, washes their hair, and does their laundry. But you say you can't work because there aren't enough people. That doesn't make any sense. And since Atomy isn't something you do just with your own abilities, I believe that as long as you have goodness and passion, anyone can succeed at Atomy.
For those into self-development or with many goals, Atomy is perfect, especially for the 2030 generation. They love to travel. So, whether working at a cafe, with a laptop, tablet, or phone, wherever you are, you can live the life of a digital nomad, highly recommended for the 2030 generation.
When I first attended a seminar with our chairman, he talked about our company's motto. I thought, wow, we even have a motto like this. Since I always had to make a living, I met with a lot of companies. I often heard people talk about cherishing your soul and thinking deeply, but the phrase managing your thoughts, I heard that for the first time after coming to Atomy. Cherish your soul and manage your thoughts. Stand firm in faith and serve with humility. This company motto sent chills all through my body. And just like our chairman's name suggests, I found myself focusing solely on this one path with Atomy. Since I found it so wonderful, I thought others should experience this goodness too, so I started spreading hope to others. Having lived my whole life as the daughter of a poor farmer, after I graduated high school, I once pleaded with my father, asking him to pay my college tuition just once. But he said, "What kind of college for a girl like you?" and sent me off to work at a ramen factory in Iksan, and that's something I've always regretted. So, for young people who have their own talents and gifts but can't fully develop them because they lack opportunities to learn, I want to show them that life can truly be beautiful. And since I've already walked that path myself, I want to help guide them as well. That's why my dream is to establish a Youth Honeybee Vision Center. By establishing the Honeybee Youth Vision Center, I also want to provide practical support to those kids if they need it. You know, there are kids who dream of becoming world-class pianists or chefs, for example. So I want to help guide those kids so they can pursue and realize their dreams. They say that learning is about dreaming and teaching is about singing of hope. So even now, I'm working hard to both learn and teach, and that's how I keep moving forward.
For me, well, there's this book I have. It's a book by author Seo Jin-gyo called Hope Gives Birth to More Hope. She used to be a factory worker, but she went to America, graduated from Harvard, and also served as a soldier. But her daughter, after watching her mother, also graduated from Harvard and became a soldier. A female soldier, she's following in her mother's footsteps. Seeing that and looking at the lives they've led, it feels really similar to the life my mother and I have lived. I've read that book so many times. That's the feeling I get. We are walking a similar path, just in different fields. Honestly, reading that essay really helped me a lot. Stories about how someone overcomes hardships and lives their life. They can give hope to others and empower them to move forward. So while working at Atomy, I often thought that I wanted to collect essays like that. Just like that book really helped me, as I continued with Atomy, I got to know the lives of the people I met, sometimes very deeply. Then, by gathering the key points of their life stories, I could create short essays for them and keep making more and more. And I could turn my own life into an essay as well. So I help them collect those essays and self-publish them as a book. And when I do that, I want to create something like a public bookstore. In doing so, I'm connecting my mother's dream with my own. It's in the field of education, supporting young people, and as long as those things are connected, it's a hyper-connected society of dreams where dreams link together like this. That's my ultimate dream.
I found out that the UN has a World Bee Day. It's on May 20th every year. They say that without bees, the earth would be doomed. So of course, what bees do is collect nectar from flowers. But they don't harm the flowers or hurt them. Instead, they help the flowers bear fruit. So, because bees play a role in making the world beautiful and abundant, I also want to become like that through Atomy, and I hope that many of my members can live lives that blossom and bear fruit just like me. My favorite product is Pinezyme. These days, I've even earned the nickname Pinezyme Evangelist. When we go to a restaurant and eat meat, you know how they often serve pineapple as a dessert afterwards. After taking Pinezyme recently, I realized why they do that. Sometimes after a meal, your stomach can feel heavy or uncomfortable, but when I take Pinezyme, my stomach really feels at ease. When we eat food and it digests well, it's because these digestive enzymes are being secreted properly, which makes our stomachs feel comfortable. But if digestion doesn't go well, it actually releases toxins, which is really bad for us. That's why these days, I've become something of a Pinezyme evangelist. Yeah, I really love it.
These days, I'm into Donggubat soap. Donggubat soap is cold processed for 1,000 hours. There are 3 types: lavender, basil, and charcoal. Customers who've used them say their skin feels so smooth and hydrated, and they really love how moisturizing it is. It's also great for me to give as a gift without any hesitation. And since it's made by a social enterprise, just by using it, consumers feel like they are making an ethical purchase. That's one of the reasons it's so popular, and lately, I've seen it really help me build up my own customer base.
Atomy is my calling. A calling isn't just something you pursue when things are going well or when you're in a good mood. Even if it's a bit tough, and no matter what hardships come your way, seeing it through to the end and doing the work that's been given to you, that's what a calling is to me. Through Atomy, not just me, but many people around me are experiencing changes in their lives, their ways of thinking, and they are becoming happier, and that makes me incredibly happy. That's why Atomy is my calling.
Atomy is the foundation of my life that I love. My mother started the Atomy business, and now I'm carrying it on. It's the foundation of my dreams and my workplace. So, based on this, I will bloom here and help others' dreams bloom as well. That's why this is the foundation I must protect and continue to develop together with everyone, our beloved foundation of life, Atomy.